is Merl and I like detail. Anyways, I am working on a friend's car tonight. I have a sample of a hose here. Underneath the hood of the car, all the wiring is loomed in a really nice braided loom. All of the fuel lines have been changed over to AN fittings. The vent lines are AN with black braided. They all match this. The heater hoses, everything has been changed to black braided stuff. And so this is a sample of the braided stuff we're talking about here. Anyways, and the problem is the air conditioning hoses. So far, I haven't been able to find any nice braided looking cloth braided hoses or black ends. Now on this car, we're not going to worry about the black ends on this. This vehicle does have a lot of nice silver on it, and so we're just going to leave the end silver. But I'm just going to show you how to make the air conditioning hoses look like they're a braided line, and so they match everything else. So here's what we're starting with for the air conditioning lines, and this right here is the end product, and I don't know, it's really nice for me. I like that. Okay, so I have the components here that I'm starting with. So this nice short little hose, and this is a braided heat shrink. It's just a heat shrink tube. It's for wiring. You can buy it in specialty places, whatever. But anyways, it's kind of a nice, it's got a nice braided texture to it, like fuel lines and so on. And then I have just some normal large heat shrink with the resin in the middle of it. And I'm gonna work at it on the bench and show you what I do to do it. It's pretty simple. Okay, so this heat shrink, you can buy it in different sizes. You're gonna wanna try and be as close to the size of hose as possible. It does shrink quite a bit, but if you don't shrink it evenly on bigger stuff, then it looks kind of clumpy in spots. So I've played with this kind of stuff quite a bit. Anyways, we have a 45 end and a straight end. It's gonna be easier to get it over the straight end. And again, if this is a long hose, you really gotta work at it to get it over. So just literally seriously easy to do. So this hose doesn't like to be pulled from this end, it tightens up. But if you work it on over the fitting by pushing from this end, it goes over quite easy. If you were to pull it on, it would give you some difficulty. We don't want difficulty. I'm gonna make it easy, nice. And again, I'm picking the shortest hose so that it looks the best on the video, because you really have to fight it when you got a longer one. Just gotta work it over. This fitting's got a sharp edge on it, and I'm trying to get the edge of the heat shrink over without it hooking on there. You want it on pretty even side to side. I usually give it a little bit of a twist. This has a seam on it, and I try to just line that seam up nice and even. Okay, so I have it on just to the ends of that. And you take the bigger heat shrink, and I'll show you a little bit closer up there what this should look like. Okay, so I have the braided heat shrink over this hose, and then I have these larger ends on. Now, the ends on this, I'm gonna try and zoom in a little bit here. I want these ends to be in a position where they're sticking far enough over the fitting that when this end shrinks, it shrinks around just up to the edge of the tube. And I use low heat when I'm starting it to get it nice and even. And then once I got it all started even, then I hit it with some good heat. So I get both ends, the ends heated, and then heat the whole thing. So my heat gun has 2 heat settings on it. And I just put it on the low one like I said. Just want to slowly shrink it. You can move it around if you need to pull it back, push it on further, whatever. You just really want to slowly get that end to shrink on there. You want it to just be touching that tube. You don't want it to be in the wrong spot. Give it a little adjust. You can push it on. It's hot. It's going to burn your fingers if you're not careful, especially the glue inside. So get that end done. So now's the point of no turning back here. So all I want to do is make sure the seam on this is lined up real nice. So we line the seam up, put it on high. So I mean, it isn't the exact braid of all the other hoses, but on all the other hoses under the hood match the same braid pattern, but this looks very comparable, other than the ends on it, to a hose that is relatively matchy-matchy. I just really like my job. I like doing this kind of stuff, and I'd like to help you all out there figure out these little tricks and things that we do to make your vehicles better. Hopefully you get lots of ideas from this channel. So can you please subscribe, like, and share? The more that happens, the more I'll be able to do stuff like this and share it with you all. So hopefully this gave you an idea to neaten some stuff up under the hood. And yeah, I'm sure you'll see this kind of thing on some of the builds that I do. So thank you very much.